Hey guys, today I'm going to be testing some SHEIN crochet kits. Now, I actually ordered these about halfway through the summer, I want to say, and now it is September. So I waited a little bit to film this video, partially because I was just busy and never really got around to it, but also because I wanted to wait a little bit after I ordered it to see what the listings look like now on SHEIN, because I scrolled through a bunch of different listings and I picked two. I wanted to pick some that I would actually like to make, but it also took a while to decide because there were some that I almost ordered, but then I realized, oh, the reviews aren't that good, or they have no reviews, or they just seemed a little fishy. So I tried to pick the ones that looked the best to me, and that's something that I always kind of try to do if I order from these places like SHEIN or Temu or TikTok Shop, anything like that. I try to look at the listings that look the most reliable, the ones that look like they have been up longer and actually have good reviews. But the ones that haven't been up very long, or they just don't really have very many reviews, they're a little sketchy. And a lot of times you might order something and you might get the product, but then the listing will be gone after you order it. So I kind of wanted to see, just out of curiosity, but I did pick two crochet kits that I would actually like to make. So the first one is this penguin one, and from this one you can actually kind of tell what it is from the bag, mainly just because I can see the picture in the bag, and then you can also kind of see through it. It's clear on the sides and the front. You can see the yarn in it, so this one looks good so far. And I just ordered the penguin in this light pink color, and I went back on SHEIN and checked the listings before filming this, and this one, the listing is still up, which is great, and this one actually had like a lot of good reviews. The only thing that is different now is that they are sold out of this pink color. They still had the two other colors, but they did not have this pink color anymore. Now for this one, you cannot tell what this is at all based on what it is. I know what it is since I ordered it, but if I had ordered a bunch of stuff and forgot what I ordered, then I would not know what this is. But since I do know what it is a crochet balloon dog. I also decided to pick two different little kits that are a little different. This one is with velvet yarn, and I'm pretty sure this one is just with an acrylic yarn, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I decided to pick a balloon dog because I also just thought it was really cute. And if I do like it, then I get to have a cute little balloon dog pattern out of it. Even if the kit itself isn't good, I'll still have the pattern. So yeah, but so I checked this listing and they are sold out completely. So I don't know if this listing would show up if you were to search it at all, since they are sold out of everything, but I can still see it because I ordered it. So I went to the things that I had ordered, and where it tells you to leave a review, I clicked it and I could see the listing from there, but they're sold out of everything. Like as soon as I clicked on it, it said find similar. And I was like, what's up with that? They're sold out of it. All of it. So I don't know if that, maybe this is one of those that you order it and then the listing's gone forever, But with this one, it did also have good reviews, but there were only 4. There was not very many reviews at all. I think the other one had around like 500 reviews for the penguin one. Those are just all things that I kind of look for when buying stuff. Oh, I just realized you can see the bottom of this. So I did get the pink color in this too. I did not remember buying pink in both of these, but I'm not surprised. I do like pink. So, all right, now I'm gonna open these up and test them out. First, I'm gonna start with the penguin one. Okay, that was kind of hard to open because I have long nails, but I'm getting them redone today, so they'll be a little bit shorter later. All right, so here it is. I'm gonna just start pulling everything out. Got our little instruction sheet. This is the sheet that has the pattern in it. Hopefully this will work out pretty fast since it does seem like a pretty short pattern. Oh, we got the stuffing in an airtight bag. Okay. Okay, and then the rest is all in this bag. We've got the yarn. Oh, is that all? Oh, no, there's more at the bottom. I was a little worried at first because it says it's supposed to come with everything. That is another thing. I did try to pick kits that said that comes with everything. I didn't want it to just be yarn and a pattern. So, got this cute little blue 5mm crochet hook, and then some stitch markers and the eyes. I know there's a glare on the bag from my light, but yeah. So far so good. looks like we have everything, and it does seem like it's gonna be a small plushie, so I think this actually might be a good amount of yarn. So yeah, I'm excited to try this one. Okay, now I am gonna start with the penguin one, but I do wanna go ahead and open up the balloon dog one and see what's inside. Oh, this one doesn't have the perforated lines, so I'm gonna have to cut it. All right, so now I got this open. Okay, this looks like it has that same kind of airtight stuffing bag. Stuffing. Okay. I have never seen this before. I think this is the crochet hook it comes with. It's double-sided. I guess this side's a 4mm is what it looks like, it says right there. And then this one is a 3. I have never seen a crochet hook like this before. But okay, that's kind of cool. And then we've got, what is this? Some kind of cute little card, like spins back. I don't know, I guess it's just something they have in the thing. I don't think that actually has to do with the kit. Okay, this, there's a lot of information on this. Okay, so it looks like this side has like basic crochet information. So I guess this is really good if you've never crocheted before. But when I tried to learn how to crochet from a crochet kit, I had to watch YouTube videos. So I'm not gonna need this because I do already know how to crochet. Okay, yeah, the back is like the same kind of thing. It's really just showing you how to do certain stitches, which is kind of cool. Okay, so that's really needed for someone who is ordering a kit to learn how to crochet. Has a bunch of cute little pictures and stuff. It's actually really cute. I'm assuming this is the pattern? Yes, okay. This does look like it's the pattern. Okay, and then the last thing in here is only this much yarn. I mean, it does feel very compact, like it's rolled up pretty tightly, but that is a little concerning. And then it just comes with 1 yarn needle and 2 stitch markers. So far, it is looking like the penguin kit is better because it looks like plenty of yarn and an actual crochet hook, even though obviously most people prefer the ergonomic ones, not just the plain metal ones, but that does make sense for it being a kit. Most kits do just come with like a plain basic hook, but it does come with more stitch markers and an extra set of eyes in here, which you don't need eyes for the balloon dog, but just kind of the bare minimum. And this crochet hook is just really weird. I'm not a huge fan of this. I don't know, we'll see when I actually try to crochet with it, but that just doesn't seem like I'm gonna like that. So the only thing I'm really concerned about with this one is I hope that there is enough yarn, because if there's not enough yarn, that is the most important thing about crochet kits, because with an experienced crocheter, we're gonna have plenty of extra hooks, plenty of extra yarn needles, stitch markers, whatever, but the yarn and the pattern is the most important part of buying the kit. So hopefully it's enough. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the penguin crochet kit. And also for both of these, I'm only gonna be using the stuff that comes with the kit because I feel like that's just the most accurate way to judge them. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this yarn and look at it. I'm just gonna get started and I'll kind of just update you as I go. Feels very soft. It honestly feels pretty sturdy too. Doesn't feel like it's gonna just rip apart. Like the Dollar Tree yarn, I made a video reviewing that and that yarn like feels soft, but it ripped very easily. This one doesn't feel like it's gonna rip. So hopefully this yarn is actually pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, I think I've only been crocheting for about 25 to 30 minutes maybe. And I just wanted to give y'all a little update where I'm at. It's turning out a little bigger than I thought. I don't know why in my head. I guess maybe just because of the pictures, it just looks like it would be super small or something. But this is a good size. I mean, look at it compared to my hands. So I just finished the first row of color changes where you start the white. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually loving this. This is turning out surprisingly well. The only things that I have to say are, this is a 5mm, and most of the time with chenille yarn, the yarn that I buy, I do use a 5mm for plushies. But with this one, it does just seem a little thin, so I would probably size down to a 4mm normally. But like you can't really tell, like it looks fine. And I think the 5mm hook is making it a little bigger, but like when I kind of stretch it, you can kind of see the holes. And so that's why I'm saying I would normally size down, because I just like my crochet plushies to be as tight as possible. I want the stitches to be really tight. So, but it's not bad at all. And then the only other thing is, this is the yarn itself, like as I'm crocheting, but at the end of the yarn, like when I first started, it splits really easily when you get to the end of it. And I noticed kind of the same thing with the white, like I could tell the end of it is starting to split right there. So when I added it, I just kind of was careful with it, you know? So the ends do split easily, but once you start crocheting with it, it's really fine. It's not a big deal. Like, look at those compared to each other. The split and then what it's like when I'm actually crocheting. So yeah, but it's super soft, super easy to crochet with. It hasn't broken at all. And when I tightened the magic ring at the beginning, I had no issues. It slid like butter. So I love this so far. So yeah, my next update will probably just be when I'm done with it. But it's turning out really good so far. I really like it. Okay, it's a little after 8 o'clock and I got my nails done earlier. They're super cute. I love them. But anyway, I just wanted to show, this is how much I've gotten done. I do like to really stuff my plushies, you know? And I used all of the stuffing and there's still this much left. My stitch marker fell out. Oh my gosh. You know what, it's probably fine. I think I can count the stitches and it'll be fine. But I'm on the last row anyway, so after this row, then I'm gonna just cinch it and close it up. So hopefully, like, the stuffing situation should be fine because it is, you know, it is a good amount stuffed. But I have done crochet kits before where I've had extra stuffing left over. And this one, I used literally all of it. And actually, I could have used a little more. It's not like a insanely low amount of stuffing. Like, it is a decent amount for the one project. But it just sucks. I would have liked to have some left over. And because not everybody likes to stuff their plushies the exact same way. I like mine to be like as much stuffing as possible, pretty much. Like, they're, you know, they're still gonna have a little squish, but I want them to be stuffed enough to where like they're gonna hold their shape, you know? Because sometimes when you don't stuff them enough, they can easily get squished and then they'll hold, see, like, look at that. And then it kind of holds the shape of it being squished. But it's fine, it's still cute. I'll give a rundown of everything at the end, but the only other thing I have to say right now is that, like I said earlier about I would prefer to size down, it hasn't really been an issue until I tried to put the eyes in. Normally I put the safety eyes in during the project, and I tried to this time, and the stitches are too loose. Like, I can stick my finger in them if I, you know, and kind of stretch them out. So they were too loose, the eyes were too small, so they just fell out. They were not secure at all. So I am gonna have to glue them in when I'm done, which is not a big deal. I've done it before and it literally, like, it doesn't look any different. I just don't prefer to do that. I don't want to have to get my hot glue gun out every time I'm making a plushie, you know? I prefer to use the safety eyes and put them in as I crochet. But then that's also another thing. It doesn't tell you where, like, in the pattern to put the safety eyes in. You can see, like, in the pictures, it shows the body of it being done without the eyes in it, and then afterwards you put everything together. So yeah, it doesn't tell you like when in the pattern be like, okay, now insert the safety eyes between row this and this, you know? It doesn't tell you that. It's not a big deal, but it just sucks that, like, I wish it was tighter so then I could actually put the safety eyes in instead of having to glue them in, but whatever. So overall, I mean, I do like this kit so far. I know I'm not like done, but like there's just little things here and there that just kind of bug me a little bit. Yeah, for now I am going to finish this penguin and then I'll get back to you whenever I get back to you. Okay, sorry for the bad angle, but I'm back at school now and I did not bring my tripod with me, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. But I have finished the penguin. All I have left to do is glue the eyes in, but now I'm going to start on the balloon dog with the other kit. And I know I already showed you all the contents before, so I'm not gonna go over everything so far, but you know, stuffing, instruction stuff. I'm a little concerned that it's only this much yarn. It is packed very tightly, so hopefully this is enough. For both of these, I really am only using what the kit comes with because I want this to be accurate. So unfortunately, that means I have to use this really odd shaped crochet hook. It doesn't seem like it'll be annoying to crochet with, just for me holding the hook like this, like kind of pretending to crochet, it really doesn't feel bad, so hopefully it'll be fine. All right, yeah, the pattern is in this other little sheet, and it has all these cute pictures of the balloon dogs. And now that I'm seeing the pictures, it's kind of making me regret not getting the teal. But the pink is really cute though, and it's gonna match the penguin, so. But the purple, I feel like they didn't have purple as an option, because why would I have not picked purple? Because that is such a pretty purple, oh my gosh. If they did have purple in an option, and I didn't choose it, then I'm a little disappointed in myself. But anyway, I'm about to start on this, and I will just update you just to kind of take you along the process a little bit, but I am mostly going to be writing down what I have to say about it, comparing them, and we'll talk about it at the end. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. All right, this is as much as I've gotten done. And I know it looks a little weird, but hopefully it's fine. And then this is how much yarn I have left. I'm a little concerned because of how many little balloons I need to make in order to fold this up. I'm only halfway done with one of them, or maybe a little more than halfway, and I only have this much left. I am really thinking that I am not going to have enough yarn. So this might be half one shade of pink, half another shade of pink. Also, to show you how long it's been since I filmed the last clip, because I have been insanely busy with college. In the last bit when I was at home, I had just gotten my nails done. Now they have 4 weeks worth of growth. So, yeah. I don't know how much longer I'm going to spend crocheting this tonight, but I'll update you when I update you. Okay, bad angle again. It's fine. It's the next day. I've gotten the first balloon pretty much done, and I'm pretty sure this is the tail end. Starting from there, you know? Because that's the only spot that I really see that little nub like that. Because the one at the mouth looks different. It looks more round. But anyway, I've noticed it has them in different sections of like balloon 1, balloon 2, balloon 3, balloon 4, balloon 5, you know, all the way to 10. But just a reminder, this is a crochet kit from SHEIN. So it's worded a little weird. Like there's a little note at the bottom that says you're supposed to chain 1 at the beginning of each round and then slip stitch, which I never do that anyway because I don't like that way of making plushies. So it doesn't really matter that I didn't see that because I wasn't gonna do it anyway. But for at the end of each one, like the second to last row, instead of it saying like to stuff it, it says padding, which is kind of odd, but I know what it meant. And I thought about it because I was like, wait a minute, I don't know if it actually tells me when to stuff it. So I'm just gonna stuff it whenever I think. And then I realized that it says padding and I'm like, that's probably what they mean. This is 1 out of 10. And I have that much yarn. I'm scared. I'm real scared that I'm not gonna have enough yarn for this. But we'll see. And the only other thing that I don't see anywhere on here, which is kind of a problem, is that there is nowhere on here that tells me like when to twist the balloons or whatever, and like how to fold it up to make it look like a balloon dog. So I guess we'll cross that road when we get to it. I'm probably gonna have this long string with a bunch of balloons on it, you know, and I'm not gonna know how to twist it, and I'm probably gonna have to look up like a YouTube video of how to connect it, like how to fold it right. Which sucks because then I'm gonna have to use another outside resource instead of just what the pattern gives me, which I don't like. I feel like that's a big thing about crochet kits, is that it should come with everything you need, which this pretty much does, assuming that we're still gonna have enough yarn. We'll see. I'm gonna keep crocheting, and you're gonna see my location change a million times because I'm also going home today, and I'm probably gonna keep working on this and update you again when I'm at home. This is where we're at right now. First balloon done. I finally lost a nail after 5 weeks. I know I accidentally said 4 weeks earlier, but I looked on the calendar and actually it's been 5 weeks now. But anyway, we're at the end of the video now where I'm going to finally go over each one of the crochet kits and let you know what I think about them and show the finished products. Okay, so here is the first kit. I'm not gonna lie, I still haven't glued the eyes in, honestly, just because I'm lazy and I'm at home right now and I don't feel like looking for my hot glue gun forever. Also, you'll see how when I put my hand on this side, you can also see it up there. I don't know what is wrong with my phone or whatever. I don't know why it's doing that. So just ignore that. But anyway, I just kind of have them sitting in there right now. I didn't actually glue them in, but regardless, you wouldn't have known that if I didn't tell you. So I only have a few bad things to say about this kit. Not really anything too bad though. And some of it I did mention as I was crocheting throughout the video. So the first thing is that the yarn would split at like the beginning or end of the yarn, like close to where I cut it. And so that made it a little difficult to make the magic ring at first, just because it kept splitting. But once I got it and once I did a couple stitches, it wouldn't split anymore. It was just at the end where you cut it, then it starts wanting to split from there. So it wasn't too bad. The majority of crocheting throughout the project went really smoothly. So that was a good thing. And speaking of which, that is a good thing I was gonna say, is that it's very soft. It crochets very smoothly. I didn't really get like snagged on anything. It was pretty nice. The only other things I have to say aren't really that bad. They're more of just like my personal preferences in crocheting or crochet kit in general. And one of them that I think I mentioned before is that I would have sized down in my hook size. So this uses a 5mm hook, and honestly the hook's not bad. It's just like a basic one. It's not like super uncomfortable or anything. And I don't really expect a like basic crochet kit, especially one from SHEIN. I don't expect them to come with some super fancy, nice ergonomic hook. So no positive or negative points about the hook. But I will say with this thin of yarn, I would have used probably a 3.5 to 4mm. I probably would not have gone bigger than a 4mm. And because the hook size is bigger, it makes the stitches a little looser. Like I can kind of easily poke my finger, well, my nail into the stitches. I know they don't look super loose, but they're not as tight as I would like them to be. Which brings me to another point, is that in the pattern, it does not tell you when to put the eyes in until after the plushie's already done. So I'm guessing that it expects you to just glue them in, because otherwise, how would they stay, you know? Which also is weird since they come with the safety eye backs, which I guess could just be a preference thing, you know, if you chose to put them in. But that is what I tried to do. But since the hook size is too big, the stitches are too loose, and when I tried to put the safety eye in with the back, it just fell straight out. Even with it all attached, it just fell out because the stitches were too loose. So I would have had to glue it regardless. The only other, like, I guess kind of negative thing I will say is that I wish it would have came with more stuffing. It didn't come with too little stuffing, like it doesn't look like limp and flat, but you see how squishy this is? And it can easily be squished and like stay in that shape. Like look how wonky that looks now. I do not like that, so I prefer to stuff my plushies a lot more. So I definitely would have stuffed it at least like 1.5 times as much, maybe even twice as much. So it was okay. Honestly, I'm not too mad at this kit because it did still turn out super cute. Like I would still, once I glue the eyes in, actually be comfortable selling this to somebody because it is very cute. You know, it's super cute. It's just not quite as stuffed as I would like it to be. So then the other things were just little odd things about the actual process of crocheting that I wasn't too happy with. But overall, I will give this a pretty high score. I'll give it like a 4 out of 5 just because overall it does still make a really cute plushie. And I think that that is the most important thing, is if you can make a cute plushie with it, it works. And I will say it does have some QR codes on the back that provide tutorials for it. And I'm not gonna look super much into these just because I didn't use them. I didn't need to use them, but I do think that that's pretty nice too. And another good thing I will say is that I have plenty of yarn left over. They definitely gave away more white yarn than we needed, but I think that is still a good amount of pink yarn. Allows you to have room for mistakes and you'll still have leftover and you have plenty of yarn for the project. And now that I think about that, I should have been a little smarter and I should have used the leftover yarn as stuffing to make it more stuffed. But it's okay, that's not what the kit intended, so I'm fine with it the way it is. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave this at like a 4 out of 5 stars. Super cute. Now, moving on to the second kit. This one, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a rating of 1 out of 5 stars. and you will see why. This is all that I got done before I ran out of yarn. So obviously, since I couldn't even finish the project, I don't have very many good things to say about this one. I will say one good thing. We'll start with one good thing before I get into all the cons about it. And the one good thing is that I do actually like the pattern. And like for most of these crochet kits that I've tried before, like both this one and the penguin, I do plan on actually holding on to the pattern in case I do want to make another one. And I definitely do think I will make another balloon dog, or just a balloon dog, since obviously I didn't even get to finish the first one. So that is one good thing. I do like the pattern. It is very cute. As long as it ends up looking good, it's very cute. I will say I am gonna have to look up a video for how to set it up, because that is also not included in the pattern. So has its good and its bad. Now let's get into the rest of the cons. I already mentioned one, that it doesn't tell you how to actually assemble the balloon dog. The very obvious one is that there is not nearly enough yarn to complete the project. I could kind of tell that just from pulling it out. I was like, I don't think this is gonna be enough. And then as I kept crocheting, I was like, yeah, this isn't enough. Throughout the pattern, it says 10 balloons total. It's like they're in sections of like, so this was the first balloon, this is the second one. I was on the third one and I only got like 4 rows done and ran out. That is not nearly enough yarn. And I was thinking about just finishing it anyway with a different yarn before filming the rest of this video, but I just wanted to show the reality of it. And then when I decide to finish this on my own, then I'll just add a picture of it in here. But I wanted to do the review with it in this state to be totally honest, true about the crochet kit itself, that it did not come with enough yarn. So this is as far as I can get. And now the only other cons that I have are, which these ones aren't nearly as big of a deal as the fact that there's not enough yarn. But one of them is the hook. I just am not a fan. Like, it's not super uncomfortable to hold, but my pinky kind of rests like right under this. And I was using the 3mm side for most of it. I will say, one thing that's weird about this hook is you can easily get tripped up and accidentally use the bigger size or smaller size, depending on what you start with. And there was a minute where I realized I was accidentally using the 4mm side instead of the 3mm. But then I caught it and switched back to the 3mm. And I chose to use the 3mm because I was hoping that it would make my yarn last a little longer. Since it's a smaller hook size, it wouldn't use quite as much yarn. But obviously it didn't help enough. Even though it's not super uncomfortable to hold, you can see the little edges of the plastic that like didn't fully get cut off. And so as I was holding it, this like bottom little piece kept like rubbing up against my finger, and I just didn't like it. It was annoying. I didn't like the way it felt. And the only other con too, and this is actually about the pattern again, is that it doesn't tell you which hook size to use. So you kind of just have to assume. I mean, given the fact that you're given a hook that has either 3mm or 4mm, I guess it's just up to you. But yeah, it doesn't actually tell you in the pattern. So if I were to use this pattern not knowing, then I would be confused. Now, luckily I know what hook size I like to use and what types of yarn I like to use. So that's something that I don't really pay attention a ton in patterns, is because I just like to use what I know will make the size that I want it to be. With all that being said, I'm gonna give the Balloon Dog crochet kit a 1 out of 5 stars, since I was not able to actually finish the project. But other than that, I'm going to end the video here. And I am just gonna say that if you do plan on ordering crochet kits from SHEIN, definitely do your research, look at the reviews, see how long ago the reviews are so you know how long the listing has been up, and because that will give you a better idea of how credible it is, because I'm pretty sure this Balloon Dog listing isn't even on SHEIN anymore. Take all that into consideration if you do decide to order a crochet kit from SHEIN. And that is all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!